Good afternoon, class 6. This is my first class of chemistry with you in this session. So I'll start teaching you with the chapter matter. Okay. So you know what is matter. You have learned earlier also in GSC that anything that occupies space and has some weight constitute matter. All things that occupy space and has weight constitute matter. This is the definition of matter. Now I am coming to the volume. What is volume? The amount of space that something occupy is known as its volume. That means whenever we are placing something on a table or on a flat topped desk, that thing will occupy some space on the table and also within the air. So the whole amount of space occupied by it is known as the volume. Then I am coming to mass. Mass is the amount of the substance present in a matter. That means how much the substance is present within the matter. And mass is understood generally by weighing the thing. That is, something is light, some things are very light like paper, cotton, etc. and some things are very heavy like a human being, or if I say 10 kilos of potato, those have heavy weights. So mass is actually understood by the weight of the substance. Some examples of matter: wood, chair, table, milk, plastic, etc. Almost everything we find around us is a matter. But some exceptions are also there. Those we will not call as matter, like radio, TV, telephone signals. Signals actually are not matter. Light, heat, sun rays. Light is a type of energy. Heat is a type of energy. Those are not matter actually. Then Joel Dalton discovered that the smallest particle of an element can be broken down is called an atom. Smallest possible particle in which we can broken down one element is called an atom. So if we go on breaking down a particular element like say iron or wood piece, will ultimately at the end will get the smallest part of it, which we can't see by naked eyes. We can see it through microscope only, and that is called an atom. Atoms of various elements can combine in various ways to form another basic particle called a molecule. So what is a molecule? Molecule is the combination of different types of atoms or same type of atoms maybe sometimes. So that is called a molecule. And molecule is the smallest indivisible part of a compound. So whenever we will go on breaking down a compound, say water, carbon dioxide, carbohydrate substances, sugar, etc. These are examples of compound. When we will go on breaking down these substances, the ultimate particle, the last particle we will find, that is called molecule, and that is indivisible. That indivisible part means that part, the last part, which when broken down, the molecule will be changed into atoms, because a molecule is made up of atoms only. So last particle when that is a that is a part of a compound, then we'll call it as a molecule. Now I'm coming to states of matter. Matter has three states like solids, liquids and gaseous. These three forms are called states of matter. You know, the solid substances are like chalk, duster, board, scale, etc. And liquid substances are milk, water, honey, etc. And gaseous substances are oxygen, carbon dioxide, air, water vapor, etc. So, these are the three states of matter. And now change of the states of matter. What do you mean by change of state? That means matter from one state to another. Matter can change from one state to another, like solid to liquid. This is the two sign, from solid to liquid, then from liquid to gaseous, then from gaseous substance to liquid, and again liquid to solid, etc. These types of changes are known as change of state or phase. That is, state means state can be represented by phase also. That means solid phase, liquid phase, gaseous phase, or solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. So change from one state to another is known as the change of state of matter. And now I am coming to the solid. Solid substances, actually the solid substance, in solid substance, some molecules are there, some molecules or atoms are there. If these atoms and molecules are very tightly packed, we'll get the solid substance. So in solid, the molecules are very closely packed. They have least intermolecular space between them. That means the space between the two molecules is very less. You can see here that they are very closely spaced, they are very closely situated or packed. That's why intermolecular space means the space between the two molecules are very less. And then come to the force of attraction between the molecules is very strong. That means they are attracting, the molecules are attracting one another by a force which is very strong. That means they are tightly packed and no space is in between two molecules, and the molecules are attracting each other very strongly. So free movement of the molecules, as they are very closely packed and one is attracting other by a strong force, so they cannot move freely. This is the reason why solids are rigid and retain their shape. As the intermolecular force is very strong, intermolecular force space is very little, they are very closely packed, they are tightly packed. So as a result, they are rigid. And rigid means what? They are solid substances have a particular shape, and you can't applying a little force, you can't change the shape of the solid. That is called rigidity. So solid substances are very rigid and have a particular shape.